Retiring at age 50 requires you to self-fund a 15-year divide before Social Security and Medicare become available. Reaching this goal depends on 5 specific steps: calculating a baseline survival sum, constructing an income bridge to avoid IRS penalties, and securing a private healthcare strategy. Gather your current monthly expenses and your total account balances. We will use these figures to build your transition plan now. Leaving the workforce early is a matter of solving for cash flow timing. Step 1 is determining your baseline expenses. In retirement, most individuals require between 60% and 100% of their current pre-tax income to maintain their lifestyle. To find your starting target, multiply your annual expenses by 27. This accounts for the U.S. life expectancy of 77 years, though many now live well into their 80s and 90s. For a $60,000 lifestyle, the base calculation suggests a $1.62 million portfolio, but at a 2% to 5% buffer for inflation and living past 85. If this sum feels out of reach, resist speculative assets. Increasing volatility increases the risk of permanent capital loss. A diversified approach using index funds and ETFs provides exposure to hundreds of sectors, providing a more stable growth trajectory than individual stock picking. Reaching your 50s requires moving from the mindset of asset accumulation to a focus on wealth preservation. Step 2 involves your income bridge. The IRS applies a 10% penalty on any withdrawals taken from traditional IRAs, or 401 kiloseconds, before you reach age 59.5. For the first 9 years of early retirement, tax-advantaged accounts are subject to penalties. To bypass this, prioritize a taxable brokerage account and high-yield savings before your exit. These accounts have no age-based restrictions, providing liquidity to reach your 401k funds at age 59.5. This strategy remains vulnerable to sequence of returns risk, the possibility of a market downturn occurring just as you stop working. You can mitigate this by building a cash wedge. Keep 1 to 3 years of essential expenses in liquid cash so you never have to sell your investments during a market dip. Having enough liquid cash to cover this window is the only way to protect your long-term retirement accounts until they become penalty-free. Step 3 is solving the healthcare gap. Medicare eligibility does not begin until age 65, creating a 15-year period where you must find private coverage. The first option is a spousal plan. If your partner remains employed, transitioning to their employer-sponsored insurance is often the most cost-effective path. Option 2 is the ACA marketplace. Lower early retirement income may qualify you for federal subsidies, reducing premiums while covering pre-existing conditions. Option 3 is short-term insurance. It has lower premiums but excludes pre-existing conditions and essential benefits, suiting only those in excellent health. Avoid relying on COBRA. Without an employer subsidy, these premiums frequently exceed $1,000 per month, making it the most expensive bridge option. Healthcare represents the largest variable cost in retirement. An unmanaged medical event can deplete a portfolio years ahead of schedule. Step 4 covers your age 50 checklist. Once you reach 50, the IRS increases the amount you can legally contribute to retirement accounts. You can now contribute an additional $7,500 to your 401k and an extra $1,000 to your IRAs every year. Use your final years of employment to complete all major dental, vision, and medical procedures, while you still have access to your current employer's health benefits. Pay off all high-interest liabilities, including credit cards and auto loans, before you leave your job. Lowering your structural debt before you retire reduces the monthly income your portfolio needs to generate. Step 5 addresses the psychological shift of retirement. Leaving a high-stress career without a clear replacement for that activity often leads to a loss of purpose. Successful early retirees identify what they are moving toward. This requires active engagement in a passion, a mission, or a specialized hobby. Many choose a second-act career, which might include consulting or part-time work based on their existing talents. Generating even a small amount of income in your 50s reduces the amount you withdraw from your investments, allowing your primary wealth to continue compounding. Early retirement provides the financial leverage to choose your work and your schedule exclusively on your own terms. You now have the components for an early exit: a calculated target sum, a taxable brokerage bridge, a healthcare strategy, and an optimization checklist. A retirement at age 50 is possible when the timeline is built on these mathematical foundations. Your next move is to meet with a fiduciary financial planner to stress test these steps against current market conditions and finalize your transition. You now have the 5-step framework, but a video can't stress test your specific numbers. That's on you to do next, ideally with a fiduciary who has no incentive but your outcome. If this gave you a clearer picture of what retiring at 50 actually takes, subscribe. I break down these financial timelines every week, so you're planning with math, not guesswork. And tell me in the comments, which of the 5 steps is the one keeping you up at night? The number, the bridge, or the healthcare gap? I want to know where to go deeper next.